All right, so crypto's been facing a few wild weeks, a few wild months, really, trading generally sideways after recently bottoming. The question right now is, why can't it just get in gear? I want to bring in Bitcoin expert Leah Halpern. And Leah, first, I want to give you props because the last time you were on, or maybe 2 times ago, you talked about the people of Ukraine and you touted the way Bitcoin was being used to help them during this crisis. After that, that's the only thing I saw with people talking about this. The situation obviously has escalated. Give us an update on that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really fascinating situation. I think we saw the government in Ukraine actually offering several different Bitcoin wallets, well, not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum, USDT, which is a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar. I think even DOT they were offering. So really, this is the first time we're ever seeing something like this. And I think it's really fascinating because we're finally seeing Bitcoin on the world stage as that humanitarian money, rather than this typical sort of, criminal idea, which is always portrayed in the media. And I think we have to give people time to start to see Bitcoin's fundamental value. Bitcoin's fundamental value is being decentralized, being immune from government corruption, being censorship resistant, and only time will allow people to start to see this. We need to give time. We need to allow the geopolitical landscape to continue to evolve, and only then will people start to see Bitcoin on the world stage. I mean, it is only 13 years old, and if you even look at what's happened over the last 13 years, you could argue that really only in the last 2 years during COVID have we started to see Bitcoin's fundamental value as that hedge against inflation. And you could even go further and argue that only in the last 2 months at the beginning of 2022 have we started to really see Bitcoin and its underlying technology and the fundamental value as that censorship resistant money. So I think with time, tweets like that will start to become less and less, and time will essentially put Bitcoin on the world stage and make people wake up and realize what the use case really is.
Speaking of use case, and I got 30 seconds, there's still this debate over store value, a currency, part of the DeFi, blockchain. I mean, what's the central selling point? Because it feels like it's spinning its wheels right now as a ton of money is going into gold and other areas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that money is going into gold because it's still got that, that name as the traditional safe haven asset.
Early last year, a year ago, the big, everyone said 100,000 easy by the end of the year. That didn't happen. What's holding it up now? When can we see 100,000?
Okay, so I think what's holding it up is the larger macroeconomic picture. Our economy slowed down. Everyone's on edge for rate hikes. One wrong move and we can send us into a recession or a bust. And frankly, not enough people understand Bitcoin. So I think people are putting too much trust in a system that is $30 trillion in debt, dependent on the global reserve currency of the dollar, while other countries like Russia and China are building parallel systems, their own digital currencies to subvert SWIFT. And I think we have some choppy waters ahead until our political leaders wake up to Bitcoin and the competitive advantage that America would have with it, because we've fumbled our way into this position by allowing capital to drain overseas, weakening the dollar at the expense of the average American to the benefit of the powerful and the rich. And I think Bitcoin is the one thing that can help us with that. And when that happens, when people realize it, it'll get to 100K.
I got to tell you, it looks like it's starting to happen right now.
Let me know in the comments down below if you think Bitcoin will reach 100,000 by the end of this year. Right now, it's just been consolidating in this range of $3,500 and $4,500.